the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in a binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No mic, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune and turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just a vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. In shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go.
Patrick Suppes (1922–2014) was a highly influential American philosopher and scientist. He made significant contributions to various fields, including the philosophy of science, logic, psychology, and linguistics, particularly through his work on the semantics and syntax of natural language. As a longtime professor at Stanford University, he directed the Institute for Mathematical Research in the Social Sciences and was a pioneer in computer-assisted learning, founding the Computer Curriculum Corporation. His broad efforts to advance theoretical and empirical understanding across these diverse domains led to him being awarded the National Medal of Science in 1990. Patrick Suppes was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, on March 17, 1922. His mother passed away when he was only 4, and he was subsequently raised by his stepmother, who encouraged his intellectual pursuits, particularly his early interest in philosophy, sparked by her devotion to Christian Science. He attended public high schools in Tulsa, graduating from Tulsa Central High School in 1939, where he participated in an accelerated education program with a strong emphasis on current events and individual student interests. He initially enrolled at the University of Oklahoma in 1939 but, finding the intellectual environment less stimulating than his high school, transferred to the University of Chicago after a year. His laissez-faire approach to studies at Chicago led his parents to insist he return to the University of Tulsa for his third year, where he majored in physics. In 1942, he was called up in the Army Reserves, returning to the University of Chicago as a senior in uniform, where he undertook an intensive meteorology course and earned his B.S. degree in 1943. He then served in the United States Army Air Force as a meteorologist in the South Pacific during World War II until 1946. After his military service, he began his graduate studies in philosophy at Columbia University in January 1947, studying under Ernest Nagel and combining philosophy with further work in physics and mathematics, ultimately earning his Ph.D. in 1950. After completing his Ph.D. at Columbia University in 1950, Patrick Suppes embarked on an extraordinary and enduring career at Stanford University, joining its philosophy department. His intellectual curiosity quickly led him beyond traditional philosophy, establishing him as a true polymath who bridged disciplines. A significant early focus of Suppes's work at Stanford, particularly during the 1950s and 1960s, was in decision theory. He collaborated extensively with Donald Davidson, exploring how individuals make choices under uncertainty and contributing to the experimental testing of these theories. This culminated in their influential 1957 monograph, Decision Making, an Experimental Approach. Mathematical Models in the Social Sciences, 1959, Proceedings of the First Stanford Symposium, co-edited by Patrick Suppes, Kenneth J. Arrow, and Samuel Carlin and published in 1960 by Stanford University Press, represents a seminal collection marking a pivotal moment in the application of rigorous mathematical methods to the social sciences. This volume emerged from the first Stanford Symposium on Mathematical Models, reflecting a growing interdisciplinary movement to bring greater precision and formalization to fields traditionally viewed as less amenable to quantitative analysis. Within this collection, Stimulus Sampling Theory for a Continuum of Response, pages 348 to 363 by Patrick Suppes himself, stands out as a key contribution. This paper delves into his groundbreaking work on stimulus sampling theory, a probabilistic approach to learning and behavior. Suppes's model extended the theory to situations where responses are not discrete but continuous, offering a more nuanced and mathematically sophisticated framework for understanding psychological processes and demonstrating his early commitment to formalizing complex behavioral phenomena. Patrick Suppes and Shirley Hill's A First Course in Mathematical Logic, originally published in 1964 and reprinted by Dover in 2002, serves as an excellent introductory text designed to make the rigorous world of mathematical logic accessible to a wider audience, including those without an extensive background in advanced mathematics. The book provides a clear and methodical exposition of the basic concepts of mathematical logic, including propositional calculus and predicate calculus, with an emphasis on developing formal proof techniques and understanding the underlying principles of logical deduction. Its pedagogical strength lies in its careful progression of topics, numerous examples, and exercises, making complex ideas comprehensible. Patrick Suppes's axiomatic set theory, first published in 1960 and reprinted by Dover in 1972, is a classic and foundational text in the study of set theory, a branch of mathematical logic that deals with the fundamental concepts of sets, elements, and their relationships. This book provides a rigorous, axiomatic development of set theory, presenting the subject in a clear and systematic manner that was accessible to a broad audience, including philosophers, mathematicians, and logicians. Suppes's approach emphasized a formal and precise treatment of set theory's axioms, demonstrating how the entirety of mathematics can be built upon these fundamental principles. However, it was Suppes's groundbreaking work in computer-assisted learning that truly solidified his legacy as an innovator. Beginning in the early 1960s, even before widespread personal computers, he foresaw the immense potential of technology in education. At Stanford, he initiated pioneering research into using computers to teach subjects like mathematics, logic, and reading to school children. This led to the establishment of the Institute for Mathematical Studies in the Social Sciences IMSS in 1959, which he directed until 1992, serving as a hub for his interdisciplinary research. In 1967, Suppes took his vision further by founding the Computer Curriculum Corporation (CCC), the first company dedicated to interactive computer-assisted learning in classrooms. The educational programs he developed, often based on his successful elementary mathematics textbook series Sets and Numbers, aimed to individualize instruction, allowing students to learn at their own pace and providing tailored feedback. He explored different levels of computer-student interaction, from drill and practice to more advanced tutorial and dialogue systems, recognizing the need for robust psychological models of student learning to effectively design these systems. Patrick Suppes, R. Duncan Luce, David Krantz, and Amos Tversky's Foundations of Measurement, Volumes 1-3, initially published in 1972 and reprinted by Dover in 2007, is a monumental and highly influential three-volume treatise that systematically develops the axiomatic foundations of measurement theory. This comprehensive work is a cornerstone in the philosophy and methodology of science, providing a rigorous mathematical framework for understanding how qualitative observations can be transformed into quantitative data. Volume 1, Additive and Polynomial Representations, focuses on fundamental measurement scales and their properties, while Volume 2, Environmental and Social Applications, explores the application of these principles in various scientific domains. Volume 3, Representations, Axioms, and Invariants, delves into more advanced topics concerning the representation of structures, the role of axioms, and the concept of invariance in measurement. In Patrick Suppes' Probabilistic Metaphysics, published by Blackwell in 1984 and reprinted in 1986, he delves into a profound philosophical exploration of the role of probability in our understanding of reality, particularly within the context of scientific knowledge. This work challenges traditional deterministic views of the world, arguing that probability is not merely a measure of our ignorance or a tool for analyzing data, but rather a fundamental aspect of reality itself. Suppes examines how probabilistic concepts are embedded in scientific theories, from quantum mechanics to the social sciences, and explores the philosophical implications of embracing a fundamentally probabilistic worldview. Suppes remained deeply involved in educational technology throughout his career, later directing Stanford's education program for gifted youth EPGY from 1992 to 2010, which continued the legacy of his early Cal experiments. His persistent belief was that technology could fundamentally transform education, making it more accessible and effective for diverse learners. Beyond this, his intellectual pursuits continued into his later years, with a renewed focus on the neuropsychological foundations of language and mental representations, even founding the Suppes Brain Lab at Stanford to explore these areas. His extensive publications, including 34 books and hundreds of articles, reflect his vast and influential contributions across philosophy, statistics, psychology, computer science, and education, leading to numerous accolades, including the National Medal of Science in 1990. Patrick Suppes' groundbreaking work in computer-assisted learning laid the foundation for much of his later career, but his intellectual curiosity continued to push boundaries into diverse and complex areas. Even after officially retiring from Stanford in 1992, he remained a highly active and influential figure, teaching advanced seminars and pursuing new research avenues with undiminished vigor. Patrick Suppes, Scientific Philosopher, edited by P. Humphreys and published by Springer Verlag in 1994 as part of the Synthese Library, is a comprehensive two-volume collection dedicated to exploring the breadth and depth of Suppes' immense contributions to philosophy and science. Volume 1, Probability and Probabilistic Causality, focuses on his seminal work in these areas, showcasing his rigorous formalizations of probabilistic theories, his efforts to establish a robust theory of probabilistic causality, and his contributions to the understanding of statistical inference. This volume delves into his arguments for the pervasive nature of probability in scientific explanation and his development of formal models for understanding causal relationships that are inherently probabilistic. A significant area of his continued focus was the philosophy of science, particularly the foundations of scientific theories and measurement. His monumental 2002 book, Representation and Invariance in Scientific Structures, which won the prestigious Lakatos Award, is considered a culmination of his thought on these topics, exploring how scientific theories relate to empirical data and the role of mathematical structures in scientific representation. In his later years, Suppes also embarked on a fascinating new research program in neuroscience and psychology, particularly focusing on the brain's activity related to language and learning. He established the Suppes Brain Lab at Stanford, where he investigated brain waves using EEGs and developed models of associative learning based on the concept of resonances between harmonic oscillators. This research led to significant empirical results, with his findings on linguistic learning published in leading neurophysiological journals, even up to one of his last papers in 2014. Furthermore, Suppes' commitment to educational innovation continued through his directorship of Stanford's Education Program for Gifted Youth EPGY from 1992 to 2010. This program, a direct outgrowth of his pioneering work with Cal, utilized advanced technology to provide individualized instruction to academically talented students, further demonstrating his dedication to personalized learning. Throughout his career, he consistently applied his deep understanding of mathematics, logic, and psychology to practical problems, whether it was designing educational software or analyzing complex systems. Patrick Suppes passed away peacefully at his home on the Stanford campus on November 17, 2014, at the age of 92. Even in his later years, he remained intellectually vibrant, continuing his research and teaching. His death marked the end of an era for philosophy, psychology, and educational technology, fields he profoundly shaped. References: Cat, Geordie. The Unity of Science. Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. Retrieved September 27, 2019. Kulik, James A. School Mathematics and Science Programs benefit from Instructional Technology. Archived March 7, 2016 at the Wayback Machine, NSF Info Brief, NSF 03-301, November 2002. Suppes, Patrick, Computer-Assisted Instruction at Stanford. Archived July 17, 2010 at the Wayback Machine, Technical Report Number 174, May 19, 1971, Psychology and Education Series, Institute for Mathematical Studies in the Social Sciences, Stanford University. Hunka, Stephen, Buck, George. 1996, The Rise and Fall of CAI at the University of Alberta's Faculty of Education. Archived June 8, 2011 at the Wayback Machine. Canadian Journal of Educational Communication, 21 153-170. Also, full journal issue. Umans, S. 1970. The Management of Education, A Systematic Design for Educational Revolution. Garden City, N.Y, Doubleday. Beach, R.P., McClelland, S.D., Horowitz, G.R., Forlano, G. 1970. Final Report, An Evaluation of the Dial-A Drill Program. New York University, Center for Field Research and School. Patrick Suppes. American Academy of Arts and Sciences. Retrieved April 14, 2022. Patrick Suppes. www.nasonline.org. Retrieved April 14, 2022. APS Member History. Search.mphilsoc.org. Retrieved April 14, 2022. Group 3, Eidfag in Norwegian. Norwegian Academy of Science and Letters. Archived from the original on September 27, 2011. Retrieved January 16, 2011. SIIA honors education industry veterans with prestigious awards. SIIA. Archived from the original on September 11, 2016. Retrieved September 7, 2016.
Mics on the floor with they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in a binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No light, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Hidden in shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go. Pure and raw. Pure and raw. Turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Pure and raw. Okay.